Virgo, listen closely. The universe isn't just testing your patience anymore, it's testing your intelligence, not the kind you learned in school, but your spiritual intelligence, your ability to read signs, to feel shifts in energy, to decode the patterns hidden in numbers. From May 27th to May 31st, you're walking through a sacred transformation window. But here's the twist. This is not a test of logic. It's a test of intuition, of alignment, of whether you'll recognize the divine code the universe is placing in front of you. If you ignore this, your timeline stays stuck. The opportunities pass you by. The blessings are delayed. But if you're one of the few who can see through the veil, if you understand what these 5 lucky numbers are really trying to show you, then your entire life path could shift. Your finances, your relationships, your clarity, your purpose. So Virgo, if you've been seeing repeating numbers like 1111, 333 or 555, waking up at odd hours, getting strange feelings before certain dates, that's not random. It's your soul saying, wake up, the test has begun. Stay with me, because this video isn't just another horoscope. It's a spiritual initiation, and your future is watching, waiting to see if you'll answer the call. Virgo, let's be honest. You were born with a mind sharper than most. Logic, precision, discipline. You're the sign that plans, solves and perfects. But between May 27th and May 31st, something much deeper is happening. The universe is whispering. And it's not asking for answers. It's asking if you can feel what isn't written. If you can understand what doesn't make sense on paper. If you can tune into the invisible frequency of the divine. This isn't a test of knowledge. This is a test of awareness. The next few days will bring you signs, a random number on a receipt, a repeating dream, an odd word you hear 3 times from 3 different people. Pay attention. Because these moments are not coincidences. They're breadcrumbs from the universe. And every breadcrumb leads you to the truth. These 5 lucky numbers you're about to hear, they're not random. They're activation keys. They are designed to crack open your higher mind, awaken your third eye, and help you shift timelines, and the only people who will benefit from them are the ones who can recognize the code inside the chaos. Virgo, your intelligence isn't being challenged, it's being elevated. Because what's coming next in your life? The opportunities, the love, the breakthroughs, they won't come from overthinking. They'll come from alignment, from learning to trust your inner compass more than your to-do list. This is the phase of spiritual refinement. And right now you're being asked, can you quiet the noise of the world to hear the whisper of your own soul? Because the patterns are forming, the message is waiting, and you, Virgo, are the one being called to decode it. If you pass this intelligence test, not by memorizing facts, but by feeling the frequencies, then abundance, clarity, spiritual love, and soul-level alignment will flood into your life. But if you ignore it, you risk staying trapped in the cycle. Comment right now. I am ready for my cosmic intelligence test. I see the patterns. Because the universe won't shout at you, it will whisper through numbers, and those whispers can rewrite your entire destiny. Let's move into the numbers now, Virgo, because the code is here, and it's time to unlock it. Virgo, the first number being revealed to you is 14. And this isn't just a number, it's a mental breakthrough waiting to happen. Number 14 is a direct signal from the universe that your mind is outgrowing its old programming. Your usual way of thinking? The way you solve problems? Handle stress? Plan ahead? It's about to be challenged. Between May 27th and May 28th, you may feel mentally scrambled, like your thoughts are swirling or your usual logic isn't clicking into place. But that's not chaos. That's the beginning of mental evolution. Expect to experience déjà vu that shakes your soul, dreams that carry strange symbols or messages, a sudden, almost unexplainable urge to break your normal routine. That's 14 doing its work. It's telling you the old system doesn't fit the new frequency you're entering. Angel number 14 whispers, "Stop clinging to the plan. Let the upgrade begin." You've done enough strategizing. Now it's time to let go of control and allow divine ideas to come through. Because in this new energetic phase, your spiritual mind is more powerful than your logical one. Action steps to align with number 14. Journal ideas that seem too big or too strange. They're not nonsense, they're messages from your higher self. Meditate on what needs to be released. Is it an outdated belief? A self-doubt? A fear of failing? Say yes to at least one change that scares you a little, because that's where the magic hides. Virgo, if you resist number 14, you'll feel foggy, stuck, or frustrated. But if you embrace it, clarity will flash in your mind like lightning. New money ideas or connections may come from nowhere. Relationships may suddenly deepen or dissolve for your growth. Comment now, "I received the message of 14, I am ready for mental evolution." Because the real test isn't about being right, it's about being ready to evolve. Virgo. The second number coming through is 33, and this number is no ordinary message. 33 is what we call a master teacher number. It doesn't show up to give you comfort. It shows up to activate your higher calling. Between May 28th and May 29th, don't be surprised if life suddenly feels intense. You might feel old emotional wounds bubbling up, a memory you thought you buried returning, someone pushing a button you thought was healed. But listen carefully, this isn't punishment, it's a curriculum. You are being trained for a deeper spiritual purpose. Number 33 means your soul is stepping into mastery mode. You're being asked to become more than just a thinker. You're being asked to become a healer, a guide, a light for others. What 33 might trigger? Someone may unexpectedly open up to you. Don't ignore them. You're not just meant to listen, you're meant to mirror back wisdom. A past mistake, regret or guilt may rise to the surface. Forgive it. You're not that version of you anymore. You may feel the sudden urge to speak your truth, even if it makes others uncomfortable. Do it anyway. Your voice is no longer optional. It's a spiritual responsibility. This number appears when the universe sees that you're ready to lead, even if you don't think you are. You may not have all the answers yet, but your presence, your scars, and your wisdom are already enough to help someone else. 33 wants you to stop hiding imperfectionism and start stepping into divine service. Because you're not just here to grow, you're here to help others grow through you. Comment now, "I am ready to embody the master teacher energy of 33. Because if you can pass this test of heart and humility, you'll unlock a timeline where your words heal, your presence uplifts, and your soul feels truly aligned with its divine assignment. Virgo. The third number in your divine sequence is 7, the number of spiritual perfection, inner alignment, and divine truth. But there's something else. 7 is also the number of solitude. Between May 29th and May 30th, you may suddenly feel this deep need to pull away from the noise, to disconnect from social media, from conversations, even from the people you usually lean on. And that's not a sign of weakness, that's a sign that wisdom is arriving. Number 7 shows up right before the download. It means the universe is about to deliver sacred insight, but you can only receive it if you're quiet enough to hear it. Signs that number 7 is near. You get chills during meditation, journaling, or even just thinking a deep thought. A powerful message shows up in a random place, a lyric, a billboard, a stranger's words. You feel a loving presence near you, like something unseen is watching over you. That's not imagination. That's your spirit team gently whispering, "Listen, the answers are already inside you." Actions to align with number 7. Spend intentional time alone. Even just 10 minutes in silence can shift your vibration. Say no to distractions. That endless scrolling, those draining conversations, they're blocking your downloads. Light a candle, sit with your soul, and say this out loud. Guides, I am ready to hear you. I open myself to divine clarity. Virgo, this part of your test isn't about solving anything, it's about receiving. Because number 7 isn't loud, it's sacred. It asks you to leave the world for a moment, so you can hear what the world can't tell you. Comment below. Number 7, I am listening to the divine in silence, because this silence may carry the answer your soul has been waiting for all year. Virgo, it's time to talk about number 19. This number carries some of the most powerful energy you'll feel during this entire spiritual test. Why? Because number 19 is the vibration of closure and rebirth, of final chapters and bold, terrifying new beginnings. Between now and May 30th, expect something to end, something you've outgrown, something that's been draining your energy behind the scenes, whether that's a toxic habit, a connection, a job, or even a way of thinking. What might happen around May 30th? You suddenly decide to quit something that's poisoning your peace. A relationship may break open or break apart, or the moment finally arrives when you begin the thing you were too scared to start. And if that happens, don't panic, don't cling, don't second guess. Because number 19 is the universe saying clearly, you've learned enough from this cycle. It's time to graduate. But let's be honest, Virgo, graduation is bittersweet. It means walking away from what's familiar. It means letting go of your role in someone else's story. It means saying, I'm not who I used to be, and I'm okay with that. Yes, it may hurt, but if you delay this shift, if you stay in what you've already outgrown, your blessings stay trapped in a timeline that will never come. You'll keep repeating the loop, hoping something changes. When deep down, you already know what needs to end. What to do when 19 shows up. Trust the endings, even when they come without warning. Release what's been heavy for too long. Honor the rebirth by doing one brave thing that scares you a little. Comment now. I am ready to end the cycle. I claim the rebirth energy of 19. Because if you let go, Virgo, you don't fall, you rise. And what's waiting for you on the other side of 19 is everything your soul has been quietly praying for. Virgo, we've arrived at the final number in your spiritual test, and it's one of the most intense, unpredictable, and liberating of them all, number 5. This number carries the frequency of chaos, change, and ultimate freedom. On May 31st, number 5 swings the final door open. And what's on the other side? The unexpected. Here's what might happen. A wild idea drops into your mind that could completely change your life path. A financial opportunity or synchronicity appears out of nowhere. A new person enters your life and awakens your soul in ways you didn't see coming. But here's the warning from number 5. Do not cling. Flow. Because this energy isn't meant to be controlled. It's meant to be ridden like a wave. The universe is testing your ability to adapt, to let go, and to say yes to something before you've figured it all out. How to align with number 5. Surrender control. Stop trying to plan every detail. Let the divine chaos do its work. Be curious, not cautious. Don't rush to label something as good or bad. Just observe and explore. Say yes to the invitation. Whatever it is, a call, an idea, a meeting, a gut pull, don't overthink. Just show up. Virgo, this is the part where many people fail the test. Why? Because number 5 is messy. It doesn't come with instructions, it comes with energy and the courage to follow it. But if you trust the shift, if you lean into the unknown instead of pulling back, you'll break free from the old identity that's been quietly limiting you. Comment below. Number 5, I trust the chaos. I flow with the freedom. Because when you stop trying to control the universe, That's when it finally shows you who you were always meant to become. Virgo, you've now received all 5 sacred numbers: 14, 33, 7, 19, 5. Each one was hand-delivered to your soul by the universe, not as a coincidence, but as a calling. Now you stand at a choice point. You have 2 paths ahead of you. 1, dismiss them, brush them off as random numbers, go back to your routine, wait for change, and watch nothing change. Or 2, decode them, see them for what they really are: coordinates, clues from the cosmos, a map for your next chapter of abundance, clarity, purpose, and power. Because Virgo, every number you've just seen is more than a number. It's a signal, a seed of destiny, a test of your spiritual intelligence. But here's the truth. Only you can unlock their meaning. Only you can choose whether they become symbols of change or missed chances. What to do right now? Write down all 5 numbers in your journal, not just as digits, but as energy. Reflect on what each one means in your current life situation. Meditate for at least 7 minutes each day between May 27th and May 31st. Clear the noise, get quiet, let the numbers speak to you, track your patterns, pay attention to repeating words, unusual dreams, people who randomly enter your life, or sudden urges. These are clues. This 5-day window is your spiritual lab. Your soul is the student. The universe is the teacher. And these numbers? They are your final exam. Virgo, if you pass this test, if you stay aware, aligned, and open, the reward is beyond what you can imagine. The right door opens at the perfect moment. A message arrives that changes your entire mindset. A person shows up who alters your path forever, or maybe you finally feel at peace with who you're becoming. So I'll ask you again, will you ignore the numbers or will you decode the divine? Because your timeline, your destiny, your breakthrough, they're already written, but only you can read the signs. Virgo, if no one has told you this yet, let me say it now. You were never meant to live a small, safe, repetitive life. You weren't born to just go through the motions, to follow routines, chase perfection, and suppress your soul's voice. Number. You were born to decode the divine, to translate the invisible, to transform pain into purpose, to turn subtle signs into sacred direction. That's why your mind is so sharp. That's why your heart has felt so heavy lately, because your soul didn't come here for comfort. It came here for evolution. May 27th to May 31st is not just a stretch of days on the calendar. It's a cosmic checkpoint, a divine doorway, a soul test disguised as coincidence. And these 5 lucky numbers, 14, 33, 7, 19, 5, are not just numbers. They are messages, whispers from the universe, saying, "You're ready. Do you see it now?" The patterns are forming. The energy is shifting. The right people, the right insights, the right timeline, they're lining up, but only if you're awake enough to notice them. So, Virgo, here is your final question. Will you pass the test, or will you repeat the pattern? Will you cling to what's familiar, or step boldly into the mystery? Because this isn't just a lesson in numerology. This is your awakening. This is the moment you decide to trust your intuition over your fear, to say yes to the unknown, to live guided by something greater than logic. The universe has already chosen you. Now, will you choose yourself?